What's up, man? Listen, the projects are the slave quarters. The police are the overseers, and the train is to get you back and forth to the plantation. Modern day slavery. You know how you get out of modern day slavery? Do something that you love and you'll become free. Do what you love to do and you become free. That's all. Because slavery starts in your brain now. But like I'm gonna make a video about these birds in Brooklyn. I think they're Canadian snow geese. I'm not sure. But the parks department tell you don't feed the birds because if you feed the birds, they won't migrate. They want to adapt. They want to adhere to their natural instinct and migrate to the other parts of the country. And when birds migrate, it's beneficial. It's beneficial for the ecosystem because some birds eat certain seeds, and then when they shit the seeds out, the seeds is in their feces, and this is how certain seeds and stuff end up on the roof of a building because the bird must have took a shit while they was flying, and the seeds rejuvenated, they repopulated, they were fertilized, and they grew right there. So, but like I say, life is simple. Humans create all the obstacles. And like when you feed the birds, they don't adapt to their natural instinct. They don't leave. They don't migrate. They become fat, lazy. They lose their natural instinct to survive in the wild, and they become dependent upon humans. And like this is how disease sets in. The birds might overpopulate, and it brings about an extinction to a certain species of the bird. So they tell you don't feed them. They get fat and they get lazy. And this is pretty much what happens in the hood. The government gives you everything you need, or the powers that be, I won't say the government. They give you everything you need to keep you fat and lazy. And for the most part, what it does is, like I always tell people, nobody is smarter than the next for the most part. There are exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, we all got the same brain. And it's all about what you put in your brain. You gotta, you just can't become what you have not prepared yourself to be. And people always think, well, that guy's smart, he does this and he does. Yeah, he prepared himself for that, he studied. You can't become a mathematician if you don't practice. You can't play the trumpet if you don't practice. You can't play in the NBA if you don't practice. That shit takes an extreme amount of practice. The point I'm trying to make is, like, when you give people what they want and they don't have to work for it, it takes away their go-getter mentality. It takes away their creative thinking. And this is why, like, a lot of times you seeing break dancers and they be killing it. That comes from a want or a need, and they want to better themselves. And this is why, like a lot of people in the hood, when they get tired of suffering, they become creative. And this is like break dancing and like all this other shit that you see that later on becomes a major sport or people or a Broadway play or something. It comes from a lack of not having, and you want something more, and you become creative. But if you give people everything they need, it takes away their go-getter mentality. It takes away, and this is why, like obesity is so prevalent in the hood, because people eat even when they're full. I remember when I was growing up, I would hear my mother say, you better eat everything on your plate. And I'd be like, I'm full. She'd be like, I don't care, eat it. You don't know where your next meal is coming from. It's not like we got to go out and hunt for our food and shit. I know where my next meal is coming from. Or they'll say, you got to eat because there's other children in other countries starving to death and they wish they had that meal. But me eating that food is not going to let them make them shit. Me getting full is not going to help them get full. So what point do it make? But like people just... you're taught to eat even when you're full. And then, the whole point I was trying to make is that's why the guy was this guy was in McDonald's taking all the napkins because they were there and they were free. And, people they just take advantage of shit just because they think it's free. But nothing is free in America. You got to pay as you go. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing. Everything costs money. You like to see it? Sucker ass tourists. Alright, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later, alright? Listen, remember, nothing in America is free. You gotta pay as you go. There goes some more overseers right there. See, that's the slave quarters. That's the overseer. And the train is to get you back and forth to the plantation. Yeah. The slave quarters, the overseer, and the train is to get you back and forth to the plantation. And the project is full of an experiment. The projects are full of geniuses, and they don't even know it because they know they got a check coming in. That's how it works. They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave. Like the birds don't want to leave. They don't want to because they know they got something coming to them. That's the point I'm trying to make. All right, y'all. I'm out.